summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Set, ready. Set, go.
Here's DJ Dallas, who played on this field as a Miami Hurricane.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Heath. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Now a 2nd down and 6. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Dolphins had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Fields throws taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
On first down, it's Fields. And Chark hauls it in. Touchdown, Dolphins. DJ Chark, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
Hey, check minute.
Back to throw. Heath. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Cut, go. Cut.
Operating from the gun. Heath. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Hey, no steal. Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Heath completes it to Samuel. Touchdown, Seahawks. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
To throw is Fields. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now it's Fields. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep it on the ground. Porter. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
He's across
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tyreek Hill, incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready, go.
To throw from his end zone.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Heath.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play?
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Verone McKinley. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Fields. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air again, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Conner. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Porter, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, Porter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they...
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Fields. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
A run by Dallas to start the drive. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Operating from the gun. Heath able to connect with Dotson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Heath. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Heath. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready. Ultra. Strike.
Back to throw. Heath. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Coming across the formation and making the catch is Chark.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Second and 8 coming from the 19. Play action. It's Fields.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Up the middle they go. It's Porter. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. So from the 36 now, first and 10. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Back to throw, Fields.
He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
now Fields. He is going to find Hill here. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run on first down. Porter. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Heath. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Miami, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.
They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party when